Good afternoon. Today is a late one. It's an afternoon walk and talk manifesting. Lovely job against the wind. I was doing it with the wind. Great. I was doing it with the wind. But there were people talking to me, so I had to wait till I come back this way. Anyway, today we're talking about circumstances don't matter when manifesting, when creating the life that you want. My channel is about walking and talking, manifesting. Thank you for joining me on my walk. It gives me the exercise, gives me the clarity in my head, and you're joining me. So thank you. If you like the channel, just support it in all the ways you can. Like, subscribe, comment, share, help other people out if they're feeling a little bit low. So today I'm talking about circumstances don't matter. So what we're seeing outside here, this is our reality. What your reality is that you're living in right now is going to be different to everyone else's. You're going to have these feelings, these emotions, whether they be good or bad, but you're going to have these. Where are you at with your feelings? How do you feel? Do you feel lost? Do you feel lonely? Do you feel down? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel absolutely incredible? Do you feel amazing? Do you want to stay there? Do you feel abundance? Do you feel love? You know, wherever you are on the scale, just have a little think really on what you're doing and where you are. And then you've got something to work towards. So one of the things that I'm going to talk about today is how we attract things. And we all know we attract who we are, not what we think. Because what we think, if it doesn't align with our feelings, which is our body state, then you're not going to manifest, you're not going to create. The reason why we do create so easily sometimes, effortless manifesting, is really because of the fact that you let go. You just think about what you want, you go with it, and then you just go about your day, and then it will happen just because purely of the fact that you've just let it go, and it's okay and it's easy. And then it just happened because your thoughts have created and your feelings have aligned with your thoughts, and that's it. Bang, powerful. The magic happens. Okay, so if you're not new to my channel, then you'll know that when there's people walking towards me, I don't really film them due to courtesy. It's kind of a public path here, so I'm going to show you the words instead. So I'm going to have a little pause, enjoy the walk with me while we wait for these lovely people to walk past. I'm probably walking a bit faster than them, which is a first. That doesn't normally happen. But yeah, just feel free to share everything and be part of our community. So today talking about circumstances don't matter, and what we see in our 3D reality, right? What we see here is only a reflection of what's going on inside. So if you don't like what you're seeing out here in your reality, you need to check yourself inside. What's going on there? What are you vibrating at? Because whatever you're vibrating at is what you're seeing, what you're living in your day-to-day life. So the state of being, if you allow your mind and you give yourself the permission to change that vibration, even if you crawl up the scale from unhappiness to happiness, and there's different variances when it comes to the scale of emotions. I think even depression is not really at the bottom, but when you have this scale of depression, we want to try and work our way up, and you can't just go from unhappiness to happiness. You then go from happiness to fear to anger to resentment to jealousy. You know, you call up until you get to the point of enlightenment. And hello, and sorry, I had to just come off the pathway again. So what we're seeing out here is only a reflection of what's going on in here. So we have to be vibrating at what we want to be attracting. So if you're thinking that you are skint, you're broke, you haven't got much money, and there's a lack of money rather than abundance, but you know, you're seeing in the your bank balance, let's say, that it's a little bit less than what you wanted it to be. I'm pretty sure that most of us feel like that, unless we're you know, the big billionaires in the world. And when you react to that, as in, for example, what we see in the 3D reality is a product of a past manifestation, a product of our own past thoughts. So you've manifested it, so it's done, right? That's done. Now move on to the next manifestation. So what we've seen in our 3D reality is actually really irrelevant, and it really makes it was quite tricky for me to understand this concept, because you had to go, well, what's going on in my inner reality then? That's what I want, that's what I want. Then we're reacting. So when you don't react to what's going on in your 3D reality, and you keep allowing yourself to get into that version, that state of being of, say for example, you want to be quite wealthy. So if you're in the state of being quite wealthy, how would you feel? You wouldn't be looking at your bank balance going, oh, I can't afford that. You wouldn't even say that. You know, you'd feel wealthy. You'd feel, you walk as if you're wealthy. How would you walk? You know, hold your head up high, your chest is out. You know, you walk with confidence. You walk with the fact that you know you got this shit. You know you've got this. You know you can do all of the things that you want to do. And you're so confident, and life is good, and life is hunky-dory, and life is really happy. And it's great. But you wouldn't be walking like that if you felt like the way you are now, which is why you watch the video, right? Which is, you know, don't know how much money I've got. I can't go out tonight because, you know, I haven't got much money. I need to put fuel in my car. I need to get some food. How are we going to pay for the mortgage? How are we going to do this? Oh, we've all been there. We've all been so broke that we can't even afford a new phone charger. You know, where you have to like fiddle around with it and wrap it around and put I don't know, a bag on top of it just to make sure the wire's really straight and sturdy so that it charges, and we've got no freaking money for even a charger. So when we react to these things and we go, I don't know how I'm going to do this, I don't know how to do that, but you get into the state of being, you stay there as if you've, not as if, but you have got it. Anything that we want in this universe, in our lifetime, we've got it already. But we just need to be on the vibration of sitting there, that we already have it. We're already walking that life, and that's your state of being. So your state of being, how do you see yourself? How do you feel in yourself? Do you feel like you're wealthy? Do you feel that you're wearing nice clothes because you're wealthy? Do you feel you go to these nice restaurants because you're wealthy? You don't need to go, oh, I pretend and I'm like visualizing I'm in this restaurant, and then you look at your current reality and go, well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm actually having a cheese sandwich at home or some cornflakes or something. You just grateful. I'm so happy and grateful that I've got all this money. I'm so happy and grateful. I mean, I'm so blessed. I've got some nice clothes. I've got a nice car that I'm driving. And you visualize, that's your state of being. Because when you visualize and you're going into that reality, that's another quantum jumping. You're jumping into that reality, because that's all your thoughts are. It's a quantum jump. When you're vibing on that, and when you're thinking and you're visualizing like that, you are you're in this, that's your state of being. That's what I'm trying to say. That's your state of being if you're in that reality, and you're living, you're walking, you're talking to yourself. You are seeing yourself as that sort of person. That person. If you're wealthy, how would you walk? How would you talk? That's your state of being. That state of being will then be reflected into your reality, because that's what you're thinking about. And when your state of being is what you want it to be, as in you are living, breathing, thinking, visualizing, feeling, and knowing that you're that person. Hey Paloma. Hello. I'm going to break this up and just give her a little stroke. Are you okay? Oh, carry on my walk now. And you are in that state of being of, I'm walking, breathing, living that life, because that's who I am. I know my shit. I've got my shit together. I have got so much freaking money. It's unreal. I live in this absolutely amazing world. I'm kind. I've got good friends. These affirmations help because you're putting that into the knowing state. That's the state that you are in when you're visualizing and you're sitting there. Even if you're meditating, because you're clearing out your mind, when you're sitting there and you're meditating and you're going into that visualization, do you know that that's your state of being? And then you can switch your state of being because you're reacting to 3D reality. But if you stay in that state of being of what you actually really want, what the life that you desire, you want it to be, honestly, that's the most powerful part of you manifesting. Because when you're in that state of being, and then you start having the thoughts, and you go with those thoughts, and you really visualize, and you think, and you have these thoughts, and you make them intentional, that's when it's going to happen. And that's when your 3D will reflect what's going on in here, which will be the amount of abundance of money that you're living in, whether it's love, money, health, but everything's in abundance, because that's what you're living in. Focus on your state of being and ignore what's going on in this 3D reality, because that's your past manifestations, that's your past feelings, thoughts, and your beliefs. And hope that helps. But yeah, just go into your self-concept, self-belief. How do you see yourself? How are you walking? How are you talking? Are you confident with what you're saying, with what you're wanting? Not wanting, let's not say that, sorry, let me take that back. But who you are. Are you that person that has got shed loads of money, driving a nice fat car, has got nice friends, drinking loads, not loads as in alcoholic, but you know, going out for drinks, going out to nice restaurants, vibing with those sort of people, and yeah, just got a nice life. You can afford these bills. You can afford to have, like, I don't know, a nice meal out for 2 or 4 or 6, treat your friends, treat your family, instead of having a cheese toasty or cornflakes. This is who you are. How would you be walking, talking, feeling if that's who you are? And there's no if, that's how you are. And the more you stay in that's how you are, which is your state of being and your self-concept, and you ignore what's going on here, as in you don't react to it. You just keep into the state of being that you want it to be, you will manifest the life that you want. Anyway, I try and keep these videos to 10 minutes, but it always goes over. Have a really blessed day. I'm going to carry on with my steps because I need to keep fit. That's we all do it really. Anyway, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed, and take care. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.